Hi, welcome to Cognitive by GMAT, your DIY study guide for the GMAT. Today I came back with a GMAT game. Let's have some fun. This is the map of word problems. Let's clear the tutorial stage first. Are you ready? One good way to approach word problems is to assign variables as you read the question. It means you do not read the entire word problem first. This method takes a little bit of time to practice because you need to learn to translate the question one by one as you read it. Let me show you an example. As you see in this question, read just one stem of the question. This fairly easy question is a word problem version for descriptive statistics. David, Jen, and Carl took a road trip together. Okay, so we know that there are a total of 3 people here in the question. Keep that in mind. And they drove an average arithmetic mean of 50 miles each. Here we are given that the average distance is 50 miles for these 3 people. Recall that the average formula is average equals sum of items divided by number of items. We know that the average is 50 miles and we know the number of items is 3 people. So the sum of items is 3 times 50, which is equal to 150. But in a more difficult GMAT question, don't calculate fully in word problems in the beginning. You might end up calculating unnecessary steps if you misread the question. Anyways, now we know that the sum of items is 150. Moving on to the next part of the word problem. David drove 80 miles and Jane drove 55 miles. So abbreviate the names here. You can assign variables in any way you want. Typically, people assign variables as X, Y, Z, or they assign by first initial of names. Write down D equals 80 and J equals 55. And the final part of the question reads, how many miles did the car drive? So we want to find the value of a car's miles driven. Because we already know the sum of 3 people's miles driven, which is 150, just subtract 80 and 55 from it. But wait, this is the GMAT. We get rewarded for better reasoning. When you arrive at this near end step, refer to answer choices one more time. By now, you can eliminate certain answer choices. Notice how the last digit is different for each option. What is the last digit if you subtract 80 and 55 from 150? It's 5. We can choose C as the answer right away without full calculations. That was easy, right? So the key takeaway here is first, read word problem in STEM and assign variables and write down information as you move on. Don't read the entire word problem at once. Second, always identify what is the question asking. In our case, it was asking for the distance the car drove. This step may seem irrelevant, but actually is crucial. I've seen many students end up calculating for wrong answer. Always confirm what you are solving for. You don't want to waste precious time. And lastly, as you are nearing the solution, refer back to the answer choices one more time. You can always eliminate at least 2 options right away as you solve the question. This step is important especially for easy level questions around 400 to 500 level. You need to manage the time by quickly solving easy questions and spend more time in difficult ones. That's it for the tutorial. Let's solve the GMAT level problems. Great, you cleared the tutorial. Let's try the 400 level GMAT word problem. Pause the video for a moment and quickly solve the question within 1 minute. Let's solve this word problem. I'm going to read the question and solve it by stems. Ken is trying to apply for a job. If he sent an average of 2 pages of a cover letter, 3 pages of resume, and 1 page of recommendation letter for each application package. Okay, before we assign variables, confirm what the question is asking. We need to finish reading the later part of the question. What is the total number of pages Ken used? So, the question is asking for the total number of pages. It means we don't need to assign variables for each type of application packages. Just sum up the average page numbers, 2 plus 3 plus 1 is equal to 6. So for each application package, there is an average of 6 pages. Let's continue reading the question. If he sent his application packages to 80 firms, here we are given the number of application packages. Remember that the formula for calculating average is sum divided by number of items. We know the average, which is equal to 6, and we know the number of items that equals 80. Multiply 80 by 6, which is equal to 480, is the answer. Good job, you cleared the stage number 2. Now let's solve a slightly more difficult GMAT level problem. This stage is around 450 level. Pause the video and see if you can solve it in 1 minute. Don't think of this question lightly just because it is easy. We'll run into easy questions in the GMAT, and the crucial skill is to solve them as fast as you can. Practice so that you can earn time. I will read the question by chunks. Over the past 6 days, May earned $56, $58, $52, $73, $61, $48 for her daily part-time job. So we know number of days, which is 6, and we are given 6 daily payment amount. The question is asking, what was her average arithmetic mean daily earning over the last 6 days? Okay, so we know number of days and we can calculate for the sum. The formula for average is sum divided by number, so it's easy. But here comes an important question. Are we going to add up all these numbers? No, don't. Always refer to answer choices once you figure out how to approach this problem. Notice how the last digits are different for each option, ending with 7, 9, 4, 8, and 0. That means we can just add up the last digits of the daily payment, and whatever gives us the same last digit for the multiplication of its average and number of days will be the answer. We add 6, 8, 2, 3, 1, and 8, and the last digit of the sum is 8. Because the average multiplied by number of items is equal to the sum of items, 6 multiplied by each answer choice has to have the last digit of 8. Only option D has such a possibility because 8 multiplied by 6 produces 8 as the last digit. Choose D as the answer. I hope you understand the reasoning behind this approach. If you're unfamiliar with this approach, practice. There are plenty of easy 400 level questions in the GMAT official guidebooks. Congratulations, you cleared the map of word problems. So, whenever you approach the word problems, assign variables as you read the question, and read the question bit by bit as you translate it along. Always identify what the question is really asking, and refer back to answer choices to see if you can eliminate certain options. Hope you find this video helpful, and smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. And good luck studying for the word problem.